I'm standing in my driveway at 9 p.m. on a Wednesday. My neighbors are on their porches staring. Because sitting behind me is a 28-foot boat. It's not mine. Well, it wasn't. Let me rewind. Christmas morning, 3 months ago. My brother unwrapped a small envelope. Inside were keys to this boat. A $40,000 boat. My parents stood behind him, beaming. My turn. I tore open my gift. A homemade coupon book. Construction paper and marker. Good for one free hug. Good for a movie night. Good for a coffee date. My mom had made it the night before. I could still smell the Sharpie. My brother got a boat. I got coupons. So how did his boat end up in my driveway? And why were my parents threatening to sue me over it? Drop your city and the time where you are right now. And hit subscribe, because you're going to want to see where this goes. I need to take you back. Growing up, there were 2 kids in our house. Me and my brother, Ryan. Ryan was the golden child. I was the responsible one. When Ryan wrecked his first car at 17, my parents bought him a new one. When I turned 17, my dad handed me a bus pass and said it would teach me responsibility. Ryan's college tuition? Paid in full. Mine? I worked 2 jobs and graduated with loans I'm still paying off. When Ryan's first business failed, my parents cleared his $15,000 credit card bill. When I asked to borrow $500 to fix my transmission, my mom said, "You're so good with money. You'll figure it out." And I did. I moved out at 22, got a degree in finance, worked my way up to a 6-figure job, bought my own house at 29. I didn't need their money anymore. But I still showed up for holidays. I still played nice. I thought maybe eventually they'd see me. That was my mistake. Here's the thing about me. I save everything. Bank statements, emails, texts, screenshots. It's a habit from budgeting myself through school. Every dollar had a name. Every receipt went into a folder. I still keep a folder on my laptop labeled Family. I never thought I'd need it. This Christmas, that folder would save me. 3 days after Christmas, Ryan called. "Hey, so funny thing. The boat's financed. I need you to co-sign a refinance. Just a signature. You won't pay a dime." I laughed. "No." "What do you mean, no?" "I mean, I don't co-sign anything, ever." He huffed. "Come on, you make way more than me. It's not a big deal." "Then it's not a big deal to hear no." I hung up. 10 minutes later, my mom called. "Ryan told us you refused to help him." "I'm not co-signing a loan, Mom. He's your brother. Family helps family. Then you help him. We already gave him the boat. You make so much money. You're being selfish." I hung up on her too. The next morning, Ryan showed up at my door. He pushed past me into my kitchen and dropped a stack of papers on the table. "Sign it." I didn't touch them. "No." "You're really going to let me lose the boat?" "You can't afford the boat, Ryan. That's not my problem." His face went red. "You've always been jealous. You can't stand that Mom and Dad love me more." I just stared at him. He grabbed the papers. "You've got 48 hours. Sign it, or I'll make sure everyone knows you're the reason I lose everything." Then he left. I woke up the next morning to 47 unread texts. Aunts, uncles, cousins I hadn't spoken to in years. All of them saying the same thing. Help your brother. Stop being cruel. Family comes first. My parents had called everyone. They told them I'd promised to co-sign and then backed out at the last second. That I was abandoning Ryan. The family group chat had been renamed Help Ryan Keep His Boat. Then I saw the Facebook post. Ryan had shared a photo of the boat with a caption, "When your own family turns their back on you." He tagged me. My phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Friends were texting. "Hey, is everything okay?" Saw Ryan's post. "What's going on?" My parents sent one more message. "We're ashamed of you." I sat at my kitchen table, staring at the refinance papers Ryan had left. For a second, just a second, I thought maybe I should sign. Maybe it would be easier to just give in. To make it all stop. Maybe I was the bad guy. I picked up a pen. Then I remembered the folder. I opened my laptop. Inside the folder was a spreadsheet. Gift log. family 2008 to present. I'd been tracking it for years. Every time my parents gave one of us money, I wrote it down. Ryan's column had 22 entries. Down payment on his first car, $10,000. Business loan bailout, $15,000. Rent for 8 months when he couldn't find work, $12,000. Wedding costs, $23,000. Boat down payment, wait. I scrolled back up. There it was. December 20th. Boat down payment for Ryan, $20,000. They'd given him $20,000 in cash just 5 days before Christmas. Total gifts to Ryan over 15 years, $236,000. My column had 4 entries. $1,500 for braces when I was 12. Except I'd paid half of that myself with a part-time job. $700 for high school graduation. $1,000 for a laptop, which Ryan borrowed and broke 2 months later. Never replaced it. $300 for my birthday 1 year. Total, $3,200. I took screenshots, backed them up to the cloud, saved them to my phone. I wasn't imagining it. The numbers didn't lie. But that was just the money. The boat had a bigger problem. That afternoon, an email arrived. Subject line, cease and desist. It was from a lawyer. Well, a family friend who happened to be a lawyer, not a firm. Just a guy my dad played golf with. The email accused me of harassment and intentional infliction of emotional distress against Ryan. I deleted it. Then my aunt sent a 2-page email about how I was destroying the family and breaking your mother's heart. I didn't reply. The next day, Ryan launched a GoFundMe, helping my brother keep his dream. The description said he was a hard-working single dad who just needed a little help, that his family had abandoned him. He tagged my employer's public Facebook page. 12 family members donated. Every single one left a comment with my name in it, shaming me, calling me selfish, greedy. My boss pulled me aside. Hey, I saw something online. You doing okay? I closed his office door. I'm fine. It's a family thing. It'll pass. He nodded, but I could see the concern. Ryan sent one more text. Sign by Friday or face the consequences. I didn't answer. Instead, I called the county clerk's office. I had 72 hours. But I only needed one more document. 2 hours later, the county sent me the boat's title and lien records. The boat was financed for $52,000. Ryan had put 0 down. Well, my parents put $20,000 down. So Ryan still owed $52,000. But here's the part that made my blood run cold. The payment history showed 4 months of missed payments. The lender had already started repossession proceedings. Ryan was in default. Then I looked closer at the refinance papers he'd brought to my house. Page 2 had a line at the bottom. Preliminary agreement to co-sign. There were initials next to it. My initials. I'd never signed that page. I'd never even seen it before he showed up. Someone had forged my initials. I pulled out my driver's license and took a photo. My real signature next to the fake one. Different slant. Different pen pressure. Not even close. I texted a lawyer friend. Can I file a police report for forgery? Her reply came in seconds. Absolutely. Do it now. I finally understood. This was never about family. It was about the debt, and I was the exit plan. That night, a friend texted me. He works at the bank where Ryan has his accounts. Dude, I probably shouldn't say this, but your brother's account is in collections. Thought you should know. I didn't ask for details. He'd already said too much. But I didn't need details. I pulled up old emails. Searched for Ryan's name. There it was. From 3 years ago. My mom forwarding me a family newsletter. One line stood out. We co-signed a business loan for Ryan. We know we can always count on you if things get tight. They'd co-signed. Which meant when Ryan defaulted, they were on the hook. I did the math. The boat. The credit cards. The business loan. Ryan owed close to $90,000 across everything. My parents were covering at least $30,000 of it. Maybe more. They didn't want me to co-sign to help Ryan. They wanted me to take the boat so they wouldn't have to pay for it themselves. And if I said no, I'd be the villain. The selfish one. The family failure. I was never the bad guy in their story. I was the backup plan. The safety net they never asked permission to use. Now I knew exactly what to do. The next morning, I drove to the police station. I filed a report, showed them the forged initials. The officer nodded. Smart. This protects you if he tries again. Case number 2024-6847, on record. Then I called the bank that held Ryan's boat loan. I'm calling about a defaulted loan. Account number ending in 7292. I'd like to purchase the lien. The woman on the other end paused. You want to buy the debt? Yes. May I ask why? The borrower is my brother. The boat is in my driveway. I want this resolved. She put me on hold. 3 minutes later, she came back. We can sell you the remaining balance at a discount. $47,000 for a $52,000 loan. I'll wire the funds today. Sold. The lien transfers to you as of 5 p.m. I hung up. Then I called a towing company. I need a 28-foot boat moved. Pick it up from the impound lot on River Street. Deliver it to my address. Park it in the driveway. When? Tonight. I gave him my address. He laughed. Your neighbor's gonna be okay with that? They'll be fine. The boat arrived at 9 p.m. My neighbors came out to watch. I stood in the driveway and waited. Ryan found out 20 minutes later. A neighbor posted a photo on Facebook. Why is there a boat in your driveway? Ryan screamed into the comments. Then he called me 11 times. I didn't answer. At 9:45, his car pulled up. Tires screeching. My parents were right behind him. Ryan jumped out. What the hell did you do? I stayed calm. I'd printed 3 documents. I held them in my hand. I bought your debt. I handed him the first page. The lien assignment from the bank. He stared at it. You can't do that. The bank disagrees. That's my boat. No, it's mine. Until you pay me $47,000. Or you can make payments. 8% interest. Your choice. My mom got out of the car. This is cruel. Give it back. I handed her the second document. The gift log. 15 years of entries. $236,000 to him. $3,000 to me. And you want me to gift him another $47,000? She looked at the paper, then at me. That's different. No, Mom, it's exactly the same. Ryan lunged forward. I held up my phone. I'm recording. Don't. He stopped. My dad finally spoke. You're tearing this family apart. I handed him the third document. The police report. Someone forged my initials on a loan document. That's a crime. I didn't press charges, but I could. Ryan's face went white. I looked at all 3 of them. You taught me that family helps family. I'm helping myself now. Ryan can pay me back or I'll sell the boat and recover what I can. Either way, I'm done being your backup plan. My mom started to cry. I didn't move. Ryan got back in his car. My parents followed. They didn't say another word. I stood in my driveway as they drove away. The boat sat behind me, silent. My neighbors slowly went back inside. It was over. Ryan never made a single payment. 4 months later, I sold the boat to a family on the coast. $41,000. I took a loss, but I didn't care. The point was never the money. My parents sent one email after that night. Subject line, "You've destroyed this family." I archived it. I didn't reply. Ryan's GoFundMe was reported by someone, I don't know who, and taken down for violating their terms. False claims. A few relatives reached out privately. Cousins, one aunt. I didn't know the whole story. I'm sorry. I thanked them, but I didn't invite them back into my life. The damage was done. I started therapy 2 months later. A specialist in family estrangement and scapegoat dynamics. She told me something I'll never forget. You're not grieving the family you had. You're grieving the family you deserved. That hit harder than anything my parents ever said. A year later, my life looks different. I'm low contact with my parents. We exchange polite texts on birthdays. That's it. No contact with Ryan. Blocked on everything. I don't go to family holidays anymore. I spend them with friends. People who chose me. Not because we share DNA, but because they actually see me. My driveway is empty now, quiet, peaceful, no boat, no drama, no coupon books. I didn't win. I just stopped losing. Here's what I learned. You don't owe anyone access to your life just because you share blood. Boundaries aren't cruel. They're survival. And sometimes, the healthiest thing you can do is walk away. I'm still working on that. Some days are harder than others. But I don't regret taking the boat. I don't regret the spreadsheets or the police report or standing in that driveway. I regret waiting so long to stand up for myself. So here's my question for you. Did I go too far? Or not far enough? Drop your honest take in the comments. I really want to know. And if this story hit home, if you've ever been the scapegoat, the backup plan, the one who's somehow never enough, subscribe. There's more where this came from. You're not alone. One last thing. This is a fictionalized dramatization for entertainment purposes. It's not legal or financial advice. If you're dealing with something similar, talk to a real lawyer or financial advisor in your area. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.